Hey friends, Billy from LM Cases here, and today we are going to take a look at our D33 power distribution unit. So the D33 is a continuation in our D series line, what we call our LM Tor Systems brand of products. When we look at distros, we use D to be a distro, the numerator here of 3 being a 3-phase, and the denominator being the third distro in the series of 3-phase distros. So if you're looking at any of the LM Tor Systems products and you were curious about our little code down here, D being distro, the numerator being the number of phases that can handle, and the denominator being the distro in that line. So this is the D33, a continuation of the D32 distro. This is essentially the D32 distro with meters. So the real difference between the D33 and the D32 is this has meters and it's 3U instead of 2U. We had to do that for the meters. So a lot of our standardized distros that we do here are based on customer requests. We've been getting a lot of requests lately for meters over the legs, so we just came up with this one that's a standardized one. Generally our idea here with doing distros is if we come up with a standard one, you guys generally will modify it and say, hey, I like the D33, but can you make it like this? So, this is our standard greatest hit kind of thing. So going over the features here on it. L21-30 inlet. You get 3 hots, a ground, and a neutral. You also have a linked output. So this linked output happens pre-breaker. So that if you're linking different racks together, you don't have the load of this one affecting what your link output is. So if you lose one rack, your racks will keep going. That is the logic on that. That's an often debated topic. That seems to be what generally most people want. They want this pre-breaker. We can certainly wire it post-breaker if you like. Just make a note on your order. So again, inlet, outlet. You have 3 legs which are divided as X, Y, and Z. On this particular unit, we have an L530 on the back, so there is a dedicated X leg that has its own 30 amp breaker. Y and Z are duplexes on the back. On your Z leg, on the front panel, you do get a courtesy USB-A and USB-C with a duplex. You also get a 5 amp dedicated pop breaker. I mean, this is specifically designed for, hey, I need to plug something in really quick. A laptop, charge your phone, do something like that. You really don't want to pull a heavy load on the front, which is why we kind of prevent you from doing that on the front. So this is a 5 amp pop breaker. And again, that's just to make sure the show doesn't go down. These kind of things, we sort of assume they're going into an amp rack. The D32 is definitely designed as an amp rack. Distro, this is following suit. So if you have somebody come up, you don't want your amps to pop during the show. So, we certainly limit you with that. These are Airpax breakers on the front. We like these. They show you a big white line right here. If they pop, they're also no longer flush. So on the back here, you get 6 duplex outlets. You get 4 over Y, or excuse me, 8 over Y, 4 over Z. And we have a little bit of a joke here where this is YYZ. So any of my Rush fans out there, I hope you maybe get our little inside joke and take a little laugh there. I thought that was funny. Maybe people notice it. Maybe they don't. Anyway, we have a sense of humor here at LM. So on the Z leg, you also get a true 1 on the back. So again, if you want to have something that is locking, if you have an amp or something like that that has a true 1, or if you just need it as an adapter. My general philosophy when designing PDs is I like to at least have one sort of common format locking connector on the back, be it a PowerCon or be it a true 1. So you never know when you need an adapter. If somebody used your last cable or you need to turn something around, and maybe one day this saves you at a show and be like, oh man, I wish I only had a true 1. Oh wait, the distro has that on the back. So You get an L530 as a dedicated on the back. The idea here is if you have a sub amp, something that is taking a big heavy draw, you can get this. The D31 distro in our series only has Edisons on the back, and we had a couple people call and just say, hey, I've got my sub amps on one of the banks. You know, somebody hit a big 808 drop and it popped it. It momentarily drew over 20 amps on that leg. So can you give me a dedicated one? And then because, you know, we follow protocol, if you want a 30 amp output on the back, we have to give you a 30 amp receptacle. So that's why that is an L530. You can adapt that to whatever you want, but we have to make that so that it matches the breaker on the front. Or excuse me, the breaker on the front has to match a receptacle in the back, which is why even though you have 30 amps over the Y leg, as an example, we only have a 20 amp breaker on these, because this is a 20 amp rated outlet. So this is a Hubbell 5362 with the face finder on there, which I like very much. These are a very heavy duty outlet. So I'm sure you want to see the money shot being the meters working. So we're going to just pop the power cable in on this. And there you go. Refresh rate being what it is. There we go. We have 3 phases. So our X leg is a little low. Curious to see what's going on there on our shop. So there's X, Y, and Z at 119, 123, and 122. The green on the bottom here shows you what your amp draw is. So if you have any questions about this or any other product that we have at LM, please send me an email, billy@lmcases.com. If you'd like to purchase this distro, check it out at lmcasesonline.com, and there is a link in the description. So we did mention a couple other distros, the D31 and the D32. We've got videos on that. I hope that you're subscribed to the propaganda wing of LM Cases, aka our YouTube channel, if you would be so kind to do that. But if not, all of our videos are of course available for free. So if you want to check that out, there are links to another video describing the D31 and the D32 in the description. And if you'd like to check out the daily goings on here at LM, check us out on Instagram. We are LM_cases. Catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for stopping by.